Alright, welcome back, folks. We're on Chapter 9. What were you thinking? Uncle finds out we won't be welcome in our own lands. I had no choice, Samara. All of this is bigger than Aramor or Delia now. Friends, are you alright?
Hardly.
I think it's fair to say we've been better. The important thing is that we're safe now, thanks to you, though I'm still not sure why you did it. We're racing the sand glass against something far more dangerous than an army, and we're closer now than ever to knowing just who or what that is. I'm assuming you need our help to stop it?
Come on.
We should be fair, Irving. They just saved our lives. We think what's happening is related to the eternal aspects somehow. Then you return for the stone. Not exactly. We have a friend, a student of history, who has aided us in our research. He recently made some kind of a breakthrough, and he wants us to come and meet him. Only, he instructed us to bring a large force. Well, we've no plans to stop you, and it seems your uncle has plenty of troops to spare. We've tried. The war consumes his thoughts. He won't pull even a single scout from the front. All this to say, we were hoping you would come with us instead. This is absurd. Abandoning Red Hill to traipse about in the sands of Aramor? Chasing stories of evil shadows and magic stones? I have to say, I'm not sure your liege would be so thrilled about that. Brooke! Not helpful. But Lincoln, what if they're right? That is uncertain at best, but as the mercenary points out, whether or not Varric will... That is uncertain at best, but as the mercenary points out, whether or not Varric will be so miraculously forgiving again is not. Make no mistake, if we do this, Delia will be no safer a home for us than Aramor. If they wanted us dead or captured, they could have had their way. It seems clear to me they harbor no ill will.
Now what?
What's left for us here anyway? Nothing but ash and rubble we feared to find.
I've said my part.
I'm not gonna say that, he said it. Sarah, Samara, if we entrust ourselves to your cause, I need your word on the throne of Aramor that all you've said has been both honest and sincere.
Of course.
You have my word. The oath is made. So be it.
We must.
And so shall it be honored. We'd better go. The sooner we catch up with Corvin, the better. Guessing Corvin is the dude? There, sir, fleeing the flames. The defensive party Varric dispatched. Are you sure it's them?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Lincoln and the group from Brookstead? And if I'm not mistaken, sir, they seem to be accompanied by Aramoran royalty. Irving. Should we pursue them?
Sir?
Sir? Should we rally the cavalry?
No.
No. If innocents still live in Red Hill, they must be rescued. If not, they must be avenged. The deserters will meet justice soon enough.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Well, we didn't take long to betray the country. And Lincoln went along with that a little too easily. Like, isn't he fairly loyal to the king? He betrayed that right quick and in a fucking hurry. Give me a second. I'm opening chat. I just realized that I haven't done that. Oh, wait. Twitch has a fucking update. Of course it does. Naturally it does. In Red Hill, the party is overwhelmed and surrounded. They find themselves in dire straits. At their darkest moment, Sarah and Samara reappear, ordering the Aramoran force to let the party go. Once they are clear of danger, they explain to the group that they have further leads on the Necromancer. They have a contact. Corvin Galavar. Why is he the only person that gets a last name? They have a contact, Corvin Galavar, who instructed them to bring a large force. As members of the Aramoran royal family, they are violating their uncle's orders by leaving Oasis. He was unwilling to spare them any forces, all of whom he sent to various war efforts. Knowing the danger this necromancer might present, the sisters had no choice but to turn to their newfound friends. They traveled now south to a discreet location in the Aramoran desert. Mistrust runs rampant among the group, but they are bound by a shared purpose. Fucking are they, though? Corbin is a dark elf. Ah, you've arrived. Good. It's time we altered our tactics of observation. Glad to see you too, Corbin. Forgive me, I merely... It's fine, really. I rather like when you get to the point. Well, I presume you've received my letter? Wouldn't want to weary you repeating yourself. Yes. Arima the Sonari. Do you really think it's him? Travels are for thinking, dear Sarah. Research is for knowing. I am certain of it. I have been watching the road for some time. No other man, elf, or beast could so invariably rebuff challengers from every corner of Atlan. And this is where he's conducting his trials? That's what I suspect. In an old ruin, just a half a day's trip north. I remember the first time I saw him, before his exile. The stories said not a drop of his blood ever mixed with the arena, that he's blessed by the god of competition himself. You think it's true? All good stories are true, Samara. Only not all true stories are factual. Huh? But the bit about the gods, that one does appear to have a scrap of fact attached to it. From what I've gathered, Arima holds Theron's aspect. Right, like the one we located in Drakenweld. Precisely. Only this one should possess a nature of a different kind entirely. One that reflects Theron's domain of competition. What more, I cannot say. So where did these aspects come from exactly? There are many competing theories on the subject, some quite ancient. One I find most compelling posits that during the Age of Ascension... Alright, I'm sorry I asked. How boorish. Listen, the important thing is we're here to help now. And not a moment too soon. I hear affairs on the front favor Aramor, now that Varric has his soldiers turning up every stone in search of some troublesome traitors. Word of that reached you already? Is it that dire? Rare is a story that slips past these ears unheard. You don't have to tell me twice. I'll tell the others of Arima. Very good. The day is old. We should start for the ruins in the morning. I expect we'll have to best him somehow if we want to talk. Should we expect a fight? Most definitely. Oh. So we already have a duelist. We already have a thief, and we are... Oh no, she's a stalker. We don't have a thief. Speed increases armor penetration. I guess an 80. His other stats are all pretty low, honestly. Midnight intel. Allies within 2 tiles gain 8% mastery. I guess we'll just go with Thief then? I don't think he'd make that great of a raider, but maybe. I have 2 mounted units already, but they're both witch hunters. On accident. None of them are melee. But he doesn't have a high defense growth. I'm thinking Thief. He's not going to have the defense to make Raider work. Half of mastery is added to accuracy. Interesting. Upgrades. He's a thief. What are his stats like though? Level 17, that's high. He's got good dex. He's got great speed. He's got high fortitude. Why does he even have 2 magic when he doesn't have a magic growth? He has pretty alright strength, actually. He has, I think, 6 higher than Sia. Oh, no, I lied. He has exactly the same as Sia. But Sia is 3 levels lower. So I think maybe upgrade Basilard for him. Who else needs it? Oh, I can finally dump Mari. Excellent. Thank fuck. I think in an effort to keep him doubling as often as possible, we're gonna upgrade his short sword. His balance. Bonds. Oh, that's who he had a bond with. Was Samara. And he had one with Sarah. Okay. That makes sense. But in the most recent patch notes, they changed it so that these checks won't pop up if the character who they have a bond with isn't in the party. Pretty much just for Sarah and Samara then, because they're the only two that have left the party thus far. I need to clean my glasses. They are hard to see through. And then we'll start in on these fucking bonds. How many are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. 9, 10, 11. Oh, fucking 11 of them? Oh, good god. Alright, well. No place to start but from the top. The 2 sisters. Finally fair to say we're in over our heads? No more than usual. True enough. I'm still not sure how you plan to explain this to our family, but it keeps things exciting, I suppose. I'd prefer a little less excitement and a few more answers myself. That'll come in time. And after some more excitement. That's what I'm worried about.
Are you sure?
Really? What for? Take a look around. Irving, Elias, Bianca, they trust us now. At least more than they did. Even Lakin's starting to come around. And they're certainly capable. I'm not sure if any of us are capable enough. We don't know what we're up against. You never know until you're actually in the thick of it. Remember that botany study you forgot about until the day our tutor came to visit?
Unbelievable.
Of course I remember. Even with everything else on my mind, I still have nightmares about it. Incredible. I don't think a word you said about that plant was true, but you spoke with such confidence. I bet he's still putting its leaves in his tea as a sleep remedy. I was right about the blossoms. They're pink. I checked. Of course you did. Well, anyway, I see your point. And in an ideal world, you're right. There's nothing to worry about, and these are all baseless doubts. I just hope that's the world we live in. Either way, we'll find out soon enough.
We must.
That we will. Fancy seeing you up so late. Some heavy reading you've got there. Heavy reading is the only kind I get to do, I'm afraid. We've been on a tear trying to research the eternal aspects for months. I found that the best way to understand something is sometimes to teach it to somebody else. You mind giving it a go? You're only saying that so I'll tell you what I'm researching.
Perhaps.
Even if that were the case, I'm sure you know the point is still valid. I am a good student.
Are you sure?
That remains to be seen. Where have you studied? Many places. More places than I would have liked to, in fact.
I'm following.
And what was it that you studied? Life, the world, magic, failure. Failure. Curious word to mention that you've studied.
Careful.
If you haven't studied failure, one of two things is true. You either haven't pushed hard enough, or you weren't paying attention when you did. Exactly. My mother used to say that when Sarah and I were young. Used to. She's still very much around, is she not? Oh, she's around. She just isn't lecturing us anymore. What would she have to lecture about? Serenity Roan could lecture anyone about anything. More than could. She'd love to. Having seen you and Sarah in action, I suspect those lectures I'd be lucky to partake in.
Are you sure?
You say that now.
Perhaps.
So, is that a no on the aspects? That is a no on the aspects. Maybe next time. Oh, I was looking at the wrong character. Sarah and Lincoln? Do Samara and Lincoln not have one? No. Who's the older one? Sarah or Samara, you think? I'm thinking Samara's the older one. You still don't trust us, do you? Families. I do hope you'll forgive me if I have my reservations. Has what happened at Red Hill done nothing to change your mind? Whatever your intentions, I imagine we're of little use to you dead. On the contrary, I think my uncle would be quite pleased to know we'd brought an end to some of Delia's finest fiercest soldiers. I assume that was supposed to comfort me. Look, if you really feel this is some sinister ploy, I'll not hold you against your will. You and your friends are free to return to Delia whenever you please. But outside of our protection, I can't promise no harm will come to you. And inside of your protection,
I'd be honored.
I can only promise to value your lives as my own. A generous offer. You need only give me the chance to prove it true. If anything's certain, I'm sure the road ahead will provide plenty of opportunities.
Of course.
Then you'll see I'm a woman of my word.
Indeed.
I will be watching closely. You can rest assured of that. Good. We all need someone watching our backs. So, I hear you were part of some super secret task force for the Aramorans.
Huh?
Do you now? I wonder how accurate the sources you're listening to are. Oh, I'm an old hand at gathering knowledge. I think they're rather reliable. Interesting. Some sort of spy? You look Delian. You could say that. I spent years manipulating people to make it so we all got what we wanted. Lots of coin in it. I can imagine. Back with my team, we valued our informants greatly. It's an unappreciated art. Getting information out of people that they don't want you to have. I couldn't agree more. It's refreshing to meet someone that understands the merits of my profession. It's not as easy as it looks.
Well,
I can imagine you make it look pretty easy. Well, look at you go. That was pretty bad, huh? Atrocious, but I'll give you an A for effort. Just what I wanted, a consolation prize. Well, what is it that you want? I can't imagine your plans landed you in the ranks of a double deserting group of degenerates. I can't imagine I got that out in one word without messing up. I can't say they did. What a mouthful, but you're not wrong. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know that I was happy where I was, truly, but who knows where we're headed now. Just along for the ride, huh? From what I gather, you've spent a long time floating along someone else's current. You don't strike me as the kind just to not set your own
Hold
pace. You know, once upon a time I wasn't. Maybe one day I'll get back there, though life as a big fish in a small pond was bad. I just didn't stop to think about how big the other ponds get. Pretty damn big, as it turns out. You must be used to that, though, as a spy yourself. Oh, I was a small-town barmaid. Every time I think I have this group figured out, it throws me for a loop. What is a small-town barmaid doing in the most wanted military group on the continent? Sitting around talking to people who were supposed to be my enemies, I guess? Not wrong, but also, are we the most wanted group in the continent? Do we know that? I can't believe you just pulled that off. We pulled that off, Garrick. I'm letting you take occasional credit for my genius. We've been over this.
Are you sure?
So now we wait? This is too good. What if Lincoln walks in before Bianca does? He won't. I memorized their schedules. Bianca is going to freak out when she thinks Lincoln has really been in love with her this whole time. Where did you learn to forge handwriting like that? Do you have any idea how many drunken love letters I've had written to me? Let alone the countless ones that were given to me to pass on to someone else? You read the ones for other people? Of course I do! Sometimes I'd even change little details and ruin them, or make them better. It was a good hobby, really. That is positively evil. But I only changed ones that obviously had no chance, or needed the help.
You're really something.
That doesn't make it any better. Letters are private. What's got up your pants today? Are you forgetting you were just all in for us forging a love letter to Bianca? That was before I realized the framework came from other people's suffering.
Come on.
Oh, don't be so dramatic. Half of them didn't even remember writing them the next day. What are you hiding now? Well, maybe I'm working on a letter of my own.
Could have fooled me.
Hold your horses. You what now? I said maybe I'm working on a letter of my own. And you thought it was a good idea to tell me this?
Hardly.
Of course not, but you yelled at me to tell you, so I did. Fair. I do that sometimes. Who would this letter happen to be for? Wouldn't you like to know? I would. Man of many mysteries. Hey Sloan, I've been meaning to ask. You ever get tired of the old, rich and haughty visage? Allow me to think on it for a moment. Do I ever get tired of being rich? Of course not. But haughty then? Surely sometimes it has to feel like a bit much. I think that's a reach. You hardly know me at all, yet you're presumed to understand how I feel in the day-to-day.
Hardly.
Never said I understand you. Never said I know you. Just think it must get real tiresome pretending to be so high and mighty.
That's cute.
Pretending. Right. You ever get tired of being right all the time? Funny thing about that, I actually do. You know how hard it is to be the smartest, most handsome person around? Funny thing about that, I actually do. Alright, we'll have to agree to disagree then. Maybe over
You're
tea?
not half bad.
Wow, I'm speechless. Your originality and approach are impressive. Truly.
You're really something.
Let me down easy, why don't you? The nerves don't help. I'm only a low-key lowly peasant, remember? Are you really never going to let me live that down? I was having an awful day. I have awful days too. I don't berate people for their social status because of it. Yeah, I know. Would you believe me if I said I'm working on it? Are you being sincere when you say it? Honestly, I'm not entirely sure. How does one work on being an insufferable brat? Very carefully, I guess? Though I wouldn't say you're insufferable. Or a brat. Not to my face, at least.
Right.
Not at all. You grew up under different circumstances than I did. Who am I to
I'm
judge?
intrigued.
That's an awfully mature stance for you. Where's my young bravado-filled warrior with poor flirting
I'm all
skills?
in.
Oh, him? Nice guy. Handsome in a sort of frustrating way, you know. Wish I was that handsome. I might be able to get him to meet you for tea. Deal. Fantastic. How the fuck is that working out? I mean, I like how it's working out, but that was a roller coaster and a half. Can you believe how far we've come since Duskwater? Of course I can believe it. It's the grand adventure I always yearned for. I knew I would get it someday. Uh-huh. You know, it's alright to get a little homesick. I do. I miss my mom and pop sometimes, but there wasn't much in Duskwater to miss. Why would I be homesick? Home doesn't need to be interesting or fun. It's a place of safety, a place you can be comfortable. A lot of cold comfort coming our way recently. Yeah, things have been a little rocky. Doesn't mean I'm ready to go running home to Mama. No, I wouldn't think so. Just wanted to check in and see where your head is. On my shoulders, last I checked. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. You and I really are one older brother away from being the same person. How do you mean? You've lived in a small town that you felt wasn't big enough for what you wanted out of life. So did I. Without my brother moving us to Sojourn, I may still be there. You're braver than I ever was. Oh, I don't know about that. You're sort of like a rock for me. I look to you to know how to act. You would have much better manners if that were really the case. No, I do. Not when we're sitting around or traveling, obviously, but when things get tense, you know that world better than I do. Well, not for long. You're learning fast, and we've seen more than our share of conflict already. I've got a feeling we won't be seeing the end of that anytime soon. I think we all have that feeling. You really look to me? More than I'd care to admit, actually. Wow, that's a weird feeling, honestly. I don't know how to feel about it. Next time we're in mortal danger and you feel a little heat on the back of your head, that's me sitting staring at you. It's creepy, really.
How cute!
Huh. I'd say a lot of things could describe you, Sia. Creepy is not one of them. You really make me feel like a better soldier, you know? You're so much more than a soldier, and don't let old Lincoln tell you any different. He cares in his own way. Thank you for confiding in me, Sia. I'm glad we had this talk. Sure thing, Captain. That's wholesome. Okay, these two. Two assumed captains in the Delian army, now deserters. How in the black abyss did this happen? We weren't so esteemed after we added stop a village from being razed by bandits to our itinerary. Remember that? I do. And what great use that memory is to me now. Never said it would be. No, you didn't. Look, Varric's not the man he was when either of us enlisted. We both know that. True, but he's still king.
Ugh.
Why should that mean anything when he's broken every oath he's ever uttered? And the crown has lost its weight. That feels like an understatement.
Troubling.
I don't know. If Sterling felt the same way, he'd be with us right now. There must be more to the story. Well, whatever it is, we're staying loyal to our oath to protect Varric's subjects, even if he isn't. You once taught me the difference between fidelity and blind loyalty, remember? Huh. Good to know you're paying attention. Now and again. Brooke and Benji? Great Terra, Brooke, you are one scary lady. Am I?
Blast.
Who? Ha! To most people, I mean, it takes a lot more than that to scare Benji. Is that so? Did I ever tell you how I got this scar on my ankle? I don't think so. If you look carefully, you'll see. They're bite marks. I'm a man. I strangled him to death with my legs as I hung from the ceiling.
No way!
Gods, what did he do? He looked at me in a strange way, kind of like how you're looking at me now.
Whoa!
Whoop, sorry, I'm sorry, Brooke, really sorry, honest, I didn't know. Benji, I'm kidding. He was a slaver. Oh, well, I definitely don't do anything like that. Good. That should keep assassins like me off your back. For the most part.
Hey, thanks!
Got it. Thanks for the tip. I gotta go get a workout in, but it was great to chat. See ya. Poor kid. Hey, Benji. I just wanted to tell you. What you did back there at the aqueducts, charging in like that all by yourself, I thought that was super brave.
Hey, thanks!
Thanks, Sophia. Honestly, I didn't think about it. I didn't even think about it, if you can believe
Wish
that.
I could do that.
Wow, so it's just like a natural instinct for you? Exactly. No better way to describe it. Sounds like you've always had a warrior spirit in you.
Come on.
Absolutely. In fact,
Surprise.
I already just happened to be wearing my dad's old armor. That was really good thinking. Was he a warrior too? Oh yeah, I've got a big legacy to live up to with him being a war hero and everything. So when enemies started attacking the aqueducts, I knew I had to defend my home. Who else would have, you know? Doesn't Red Hill have a militia? I mean, aren't there people who are supposed to defend it if it comes under attack, like a garrison? Yeah, we might have had one of those, but I knew they wouldn't stand a chance against me, or stand a chance without me. Besides, they were probably too busy to defend the aqueducts. That makes sense. You definitely made a big difference in that battle. No, you didn't. I should hope so. After all that training, I'm glad to have something to show for
Nothing
it.
less than the best.
I think that proved to everyone I'm ready to make a profession out of my skills. It's time to show the world what Benji's got. Yeah, woohoo! I take it you're the son of Benji Best in Class?
Benji!
Yes, ma'am. How'd you figure that one out? The name? Anyway, my father knew yours when they were younger. I'm not sure if yours ever told you about it. Were they in the army together? Not quite, no. Well, most of the stories my dad tells are from his army days, so I don't know if I've heard it. Wasn't your father only in the army for a year? Yep. He always used to say he made more memories that year than the rest of his life combined.
Oh, come on.
I see. So he never told you of Henry Valmyron.
No way!
Oh, Henry? Yeah, I talked about him all the time. How do you know him? He's my father?
Whoa!
Oh, I didn't even realize. Sloane Valmyron, Henry Valmyron. Makes the right bit of sense now that I think about it. I promise I don't always miss things like this. It's alright, Benji. We all have our strengths. Yours just happens to be mostly physical.
Hey, thanks.
You can say that again. In fact, I think I'd really like to hear it again. Down, Tiger. You were lucky we were around to pull you out of that one, kiddo. At the aqueducts?
No
Oh,
way.
yeah. You were lucky Benji was holding down the fort when you showed up. Is that what Benji was doing?
Simple.
Yep. The arches weren't destroyed when you got there, were they? Not completely. But we also got there pretty quick. Well, you'll never know how it would have played out otherwise. I think I have an idea. That you could put in a lot of trouble getting that can put you in a lot of trouble getting big ideas.
How cute.
Better to avoid them for the most part, right? Ideas, generally? Right. Or, well, there's a lot that's starting to make sense here. It's just something my dad used to say. Not too far from the tree, huh? I want to be like him in a lot of ways. That's part of why I'm so excited to fight with all of you. I want to carry his armor to new battles and new heights of glory. Well, try not to be like him too much. If we can help it, let's avoid you winding up with a debilitating injury. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. One idea you can put up with? Yeah, I think so. Fucking thank God. I need to go get a drink of water. That was the shit looking. I'm saving. And I'm taking a drink. More talking before we fight this God-blessed guy. If I had to guess, I'd say we're quite close. Yeah, it's probably the guy directly in front of you if I had to hazard a guess. Wait, look. Ahead on the road. Is that Arima? Is that Arima? Doesn't quite fit the description. Looks like a woman. Weird. She's just sitting there in the road. I don't like this. Corvin, is there another way to reach the trials? Perhaps she hasn't noticed us yet. Huh. I'm afraid it's far too late for that. Who are you? What do you want of us? My name is Helena. We seek the same champion of legend. You came to challenge Arima? By yourself?
That's right.
So it appears, though I should hope not alone. The answer to that question rests with you. Your garb. You are a monk of the Silent Way. Seems pretty talkative to me. You are well read, elf. The child, less so. Corvin, what do you know of these people? Only a handful of monasteries in Veroa still practice the Silent Way. Its adherents are incredibly devout, and only allowed to leave once they've heard their call, never to return. Couldn't hurt to gain some favor with the gods, given our situation. I wish I could promise as much, but all I may offer you is my spear. You have a sword. Then we shall have it. Have you come to gawk or be put to the test? I grow tired of this babble. There's your Arima, young one. Sharpen up. This will put our best abilities to the test, if even half the stories are true. You said spear, and the only one that actually has a spear is this one. To be fair, I would like to have a Dragon Knight. I don't think she'll work out all that well as a... Yeah, Barbarian doesn't really help her all that much. Oof, but this really downs her strength, doesn't it? That's rough. Deafening silence. Fortitude increased by 25%? Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna do Lancer, or whatever class I picked for. Oh, can I only choose a certain amount now? Cool. Bye, Marin. Oh. I was on the wrong side. If you want to get information out of Arma, you'll need to complete his challenge by defeating him. Damn, that was really zoomed out. Arma, 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 Arma. All of these are Arma? Legit? All of them? Underlord, Astral Seeker, Windrunner, Gale. Oh, okay. So our party was split and I didn't even think to check to make sure that the parties were balanced. Where's the... So Sarah's over here. There's no healing here. But there's Alden, so that's probably fine. What is this? Thunderlord? Are you riding a dragon, my dude? You are literally on fire. Firelord. The Firelord is on fire. There's 2 healers here. No healers here either.
All yours. Strike true.
Oh, damn. Good shit, Helen. Immediately, her first attack, she gets a crit. He has insanely high crit. What was I using? Did I choose her for crit? I thought I chose. Yeah, no, she's doing power. She just has insane crit. Why? Crit is increased by 20% of dodge, which is this. Gain 4% each. Oh, that helps. So she moves her max 7 movement. It's an extra 20. No. Why can't I math right now? Yeah, no, it's an extra 28% crit. I don't know why my brain was struggling so much there. I have been up for a while. I'm recording this at well, it's 9:54 now. 9:54 p.m. I've been awake since 5:50 a.m. It's been a day. But I wanted to get another episode. Why 19 times 2 and yet he's only going down to 26 health? Why is that? Okay, well little bit buggy, but that's fine. What's your range? Yeah, I'm actually fine with that happening. I'll be honest, I don't know why I keep doing crit on Garrick because he never hits crits anyway.
Quickly and quietly.
How much
Interesting.
damage do you actually do, Corbin? You actually struggle against that. Okay. That is a scary height crit, though. I don't much like that. But he's dead, so I guess I don't have to. Guess you're just deleting this guy then. Was that a killer whale for an attack? Is that what I just seen?
Can do.
Oh, 39.
Am I needed?
Okay. That's not a lot of damage. Can you finish him off? Oh, easily.
You have my thanks.
What did I miss? Oh. As if I was worried. No garlic. You're next on the chopping block, my dude. Oh, god damn it.
Last.
Shit. Oh, we can skip the talking at least. That's not what I meant to hit. You know what? I'm pretty tired actually. I might just end it. There wasn't really a whole lot of progress done, but we get to at least jump right into a fight next.